Julie, are we live?
Yeah, we're live. Hi,
Hello,
everybody.
everyone. I'm JeanClaude at BeyondMystic, and welcome to Canada Day, the live coverage here from Parliament. Please join me in welcoming my beautiful co-host today. Of course, you can find Janine at Sending Ravens on YouTube and also at Tarot by Janine. And you also find at Maison Jupiter here on YouTube and also on the web at maisonjupiter.com. Guys, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Good. How are you, Jean-Claude, and everybody?
We're doing well. Thank you so much. I'm trying to follow the crowd here. There's a lot going on. There's been a lot of security checkpoints for me to even get now. And if you see a lot of people walking together there. I'm not sure where they're going now. They were just on the corner here in front of Parliament Hill. Most of it has walked off.
We have our
where you can get in.
tonight.
And the police officers are making sure everybody is safe and secure for our Canada Day.
JC, you might want to bring your mic closer because we can't really hear
We
you.
are the praise.
Okay, hold on a second here. Yes, there's a lot of noise. Okay, can you hear me okay now?
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for supporting the show. Because of you, we can be here and document this really odd Canada in our history. Today that they canceled the Snowbirds fly over, it seemed to be a cockamamie story, if you ask me, something to do with a parachute or a seat, but they grabbed the fleet. Anybody here on Parliament Hill today, so I'm wondering, Janine, why don't we start there? What's going on with this news story? Why was this canceled? Is there a nefarious, or was it really what they said?
Oh, Mr. Trudeau.
Hold on, JC. I'm trying to. Okay.
You may
We're
have
back
created
again.
a storm.
Again.
We are
Julie, you're going to have to tell me
indefatigable.
what he said.
Watch out, guys.
JC, can you repeat the question because you were cutting.
Wait, mon ami.
Okay, hold on a second here. I'm gonna get away from the noise for just a sec.
Yeah.
It's because there's a loudspeaker right next to me. Okay. Okay, so again, I was wondering why the
And bring your
Snowbirds
mic
were
closer.
canceled for today. Yes. Why are the Snowbirds canceled for today? Is it nefarious? Something? Is it really because of security concerns with the aircraft themselves? What's going on, Janine?
Well, we've got the 9 of Wands, so I feel like they thought it would be too much. This card feels like it's pushing something. And it's like the very last little bit of their little pushing the regime, the Trudeau regime, you know what I'm talking about? Like they're just pushing it so people will recognize that this is like a regime. I think it's a wake-up call. Like they're holding back all the goodies that we usually get on Canada Day. So I feel like it's more of a wake-up. And myself, I'm thinking good guys are more in control than bad guys. So it's not what it seems.
Okay. And Janine, if we ask you to pull some cards, what's the general energy here today with the crowd on Parliament Hill? So far, what I've seen is absolutely peaceful, loving Canadians, hugging each other, smiling, kissing, all of that. But we know the news that there's a preponderance of another nasty element here. Can you pull some cards and see if there's any truth to that, or is that, again, deception?
Well, what you said, I pulled the Ace of Wands for what you said, which is peaceful and loving. But they're also really intense, passionate, and standing up for themselves. So there's an energy of that, but I wouldn't call that a bad thing, right? There's an energy of they just want to be themselves and celebrate Canada Day like we always do. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's boundaries. There's better boundaries than usual, if that makes any sense. People are not going to get pushed around. Like they can't celebrate.
I turn around because I'm following that here.
They can't even hold a Canadian flag. All of a sudden, they're going to get some kind
Okay, back to you, JC.
Did we lose Janine there for a sec?
She's in and out.
Okay. Can you guys hear me okay still?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to talk about this James Topp March for Canada or Canada. That tweet I put out earlier today, Julie, for the audience.
Yeah.
This particular man in the army, a veteran, walking across Canada time now, and of course the mainstream media pretty much ignored the whole thing. They didn't want to talk about it at all, even though he was peacefully demonstrating his activity here, which was walking across Canada and meeting Canadians, like-minded Canadians all throughout. Today he was at the Memorial Day. Finally, he was met by Bernier was here, I believe, yesterday afternoon. Janine, do you think from this point forward, this man is going to get the recognition he deserves, or is it going to be a conversation? Because I see from the chat, a lot of people are saying who, and of course they're saying who because the mainstream media, if you pay attention, you have no idea what's going on with the gentleman.
We just lost Janine.
Of course.
And you're
right.
I'm trying to keep up, but your mic is cutting quite a bit too.
It's cutting out too.
Yeah.
It's possible what's happening also. There's a lot of people live streaming also, and we might be overloading. There might be something else going on to that effect. So I'm going to be walking closer to the War Memorial and see if I can get a better signal over there. So I'm going to let that continue towards the Brenham Straat, and I'll make my way here to the War Memorial. In the meantime, Janine, did you hear that question?
No, I did not hear it.
My question was, James walking across Canada, is he going to get the recognition he deserves? Because so far, the mainstream media has completely ignored his story.
That's the strength card. He's going to get it, but maybe from a different community. He's going to be seen as a strong, freedom-loving Canadian, but it might not be from the government or the mainstream media.
Okay. Julie, there was another news story to talk about in the last 2-3 days. It felt officialdom, pardon the expression from the movie Tropic Thunder, was going full retard with all the fear tactics. We saw this new strain coming out, back, and suddenly a push towards masking again here in the last 2 days in order to prevent what they say is inevitable of another wave. I wanted to ask Janine, why suddenly are they going so ballistic here on the fear porn in the last 2 days? What is to bring all that fear back in right now? Let's see what the cards have to say.
Well, that's the fear porn card. So it's literally the fear, like you said, a dysfunctional card. Okay, but this is interesting. I wonder if they're taking a pulse on how many people are going to buy into this. I feel like it's almost like reaching out to the general population to see what'll fly and what won't.
Interesting.
Okay. Julie, do you see any questions from the live chat? Maybe we pick up also if you want to start answering some of those questions. We can maybe get to those here in a minute. I also wanted to share with the audience how absolutely incredible it is to be here. Nice, beautiful weather. The last time I was here, of course, it was minus 30. It felt like minus 40, and I was freezing my ass off. So today I'm actually burning under the sun. So quite the difference. At any rate, I'm happy to be out here and show you guys what's happening in Ottawa. So far, again, very peaceful, but there is of power being displayed by the local police forces. They don't feel like they did back in the convoy, or at least not in the first days where they were happy-go-lucky, shaking hands with people. There's a very different atmosphere I find here in a few days. So I'm curious. The thing too is there are a lot of them are not local again. So I'm curious in the live chat if any of you, if you have been here in the last day or two to see me speaking. Also, just please type it. Let us know if you want me to continue this live stream. There might be some more activities here tonight. I'm not sure how easy it's going to get to go through all the points, but I'll do my best. Here, I will. Do you see any questions? Did we just lose Janine again?
I think she's back. Wait a second. Okay. Hey, Janine.
Oh my goodness. I had to go in the house.
Yeah, this is a tough day for reception here. I'm looking for a question in the chat. So if you guys have questions, just send us your questions in the chat and I'll try to find some.
Okay, very good. So in the meantime, we're walking an inch closer. Hey, it's a beautiful day now. We had thunderstorm warnings earlier in the day, so it's a little heavy and muggy right now, for sure.
Yep.
Okay, we'll have to hold on. So, see if I can get some breeze from the sun there. There you go. All right. Julie, do you see any questions in the chat?
Yeah, I see one I just put on the screen from Patty. So, B's election overturned by SCOTUS, is it true? Can you see it?
Okay.
I don't understand that question, Julie.
Well, is the I don't know how to say it without using the dangerous words, but will the decision for the democracy be overturned by SCOTUS? Is it true that it was overturned? Oh, Jenny?
I'm getting a yes. I'm getting a yes. But I also get it's going to be hard going forward to bring that. I don't know why, but it feels like it might take, like I feel like it's already happened in the past, but it might take time to bring it out in the public. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does. Did you see?
I have trouble hearing you guys.
You can't hear us?
Oh, there you are. Okay, no, I can hear you now. I'm trying to read the chat. It's going by really fast. For some reason, with the sun, I can't see the screen right now. It could be because of my glasses. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get this to work a little bit better.
Okay, in the meantime, I have another question for you guys.
Okay.
Jules is asking, what's happening with the gas shortages?
Okay.
I just needed you.
Okay. I'm getting the Hanged Man. So we're not seeing everything that's really going on. I feel like maybe they're hoarding gas somewhere. I don't know if there's actually a shortage. I wonder if that's not even true. I feel like there's lots of gas. It's just they're hoarding it or they have it somewhere. They're keeping it from people. So I don't think there's gas shortages. I feel like they're literally keeping it from people to get a certain response. And I don't get that by the end of summer going into fall, that there'll be a whole different thing going on. I feel like that agenda drops and you will see the gas prices going down. That's what I get.
Oh, good. Good news.
Yeah.
And if you look at my Twitter stream, there was a new law or policy put into place in Europe where they're trying to, I guess, carbon emissions. And there's a fight right now with the farmers getting together protesting this new change in legislation. I was wondering, you were just talking about the hoarding gas, this being contrived. Why is it now also that through this policy, they're creating even more food shortages? What's the energy behind it?
Yeah. So So that looks contrived. That feels like they're trying to break the system. I feel like they're literally, and there's hoarded food too. This card says things are being kept from us. We're not hearing the whole truth, and this is physical things. So I think there's physical food. I feel like there's physical food being hoarded. So the things they're saying they're going to be out of and short of and whatever, I feel like that's all a big contrived story. They're trying to break the system. And see that 3 of Wands? We're going to find out. All of this seems to change the narrative within about 3 months. Let's hope that's weeks. But 3.
Good.
Wow. Okay. It says I'm muted. You guys hear me now?
I just unmuted you.
Am I breaking up?
Yeah, you are. But now it seems better.
Okay, very good. Let's see if I can interview a few people. If you give me the looks, including the police officers.
The wind. I think it's the wind, JC, that's breaking up. So bring your mic closer whenever you want to speak.
Let's see here. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Cover it from the wind. Is that any better?
Yeah, it is better.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. Okay. I'm not exactly where I want to go with this next. I want to talk about when I left the hotel, but at the same time we're on a live stream here on YouTube, and some of these things are difficult to talk. So I was hoping to see an indication of that spirit of Canada. Well, right now, like, even though they're benefiting from partying here, for the most part, they've made a lot of fear tactics in the media the last couple of days here in Ottawa. The cops are saying that it was going to be an unprecedented level of force, and that and no warnings issued. I know they arrested a few people yesterday, and that was splashed on the mainstream news today. But from the most part, it seems there's absolutely nothing happening. You and I have asked twice the cards in the last week to see if there was going to be any of those potentiality events of those flappy things on both. You guys know what we're talking about. Can we take a pulse on that again today and see maybe perhaps that's also a reason they canceled the overhead flights by the Snowbirds?
It does look like there's something planned. They want to make things difficult for the people trying to celebrate. And I've got the Moon card, which is a little troubling. I feel like at least it was planned that somebody would, even if it wasn't real, lose their life. That was planned. But I'm not sure they're going to be able to pull it off. So maybe blaming it on the crowd or something, maybe a trampling, like remember the last time, and who ended up actually got hurt was actually from the actual police and or these people that came in as if they were police force, but we don't know who they really were. Remember those guys on the horses? So there's something planned, but it feels like it falls short of the plan. That card says it won't actually go through, or it won't be how they wanted it to be. But the plan was to have a loss of actual life. And then they could blame it on somehow the crowd.
Of course.
Of course, and that would be unfortunate. I saw somebody typing in the chat that there was a march on Bank Street heading towards Parliament Hill. Change direction now towards Bank Street to see if I can collide and maybe join with that activity. It's been difficult to see. I think a lot of groups are not well organized today, and it seems to have to do with all of these rules and regulations and blockades the cops have put in place. So so far, I can't see like a main gathering. Maybe that's a good idea also, just for safety concerns here of the crowd in the streets. Janine, as you're looking at this, you've been in Canada all your life. Hello. What do you make? Have you ever thought that you would be living the times we're living now? What can you say to the members? Because for our heart really sank starting this year with the direction this government has taken towards our freedom, our rights and freedoms.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's so blatant though that it makes me feel like it's got to be part of the movie. Because if it isn't part of the movie, like I wouldn't want to live in a place like that. It's so heart wrenching of what they're doing. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely. No question. Do you see any other questions we could probably answer here before I get to the Bank Street corner here of Wellington?
I have a tricky one. I hope it's going to be okay for you too. So this doctor, is this passing true or is he under protection? So is it true he passed?
Hello.
This Dr. Zelenko.
Okay.
Wait, sorry. Are they saying that he's passed away?
Yeah, a few people in the chat just wrote that, so I guess it's true.
I had not seen that, and of course he's been a big truther on this front, and he also had provided people with alternatives. I'll just say it that way. That's scary. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I actually looked at that myself today, and I didn't get he had, and these cards are confirming it. See that 6? I feel like we're going to hear from them later. I feel like a couple of things happened in the last week that's supposed to alarm people that now they're taking out all of these important people that are speaking up against, you know what? Mm-hmm. Okay. I believe that it's also part of the wake up, because the 6 of Swords is you're going to hear good news about that. And none of the cards, I don't have the Moon. I don't have the Death card. I don't have the Judgment card. And it should be 1 or 2 of those at least if you're talking about a passing over. There's none of that. I feel like this was something to make it look like now we're losing all our frontline people. And it's supposed to, they're going to point back at things like this and say, okay, this person was about to testify. Like, I don't know if they keep them lost or they actually step out later. I'm not sure. But I feel like these people are part of, agreed to do this, and they're part of the movie. Sounds weird, but none of those cards are saying they've left the Earth plane.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Julie, I'm still waiting to see the crowd here. I have a few more questions from the
time. Yeah. Okay, I have another one here from Erica. So she's asking, what is going on at CERN on July 5th?
Oh, we had a few people asking that in the live stream on Wednesday, but I didn't get to it. So that's interesting. A lot of people were thinking that CERN would be activated in order to push us through another timeline was one possibility, or the other one was to create a portal of sorts to get in some reinforcements for the. Does any of that make sense?
Can you repeat the last part, because you were cracking a little bit?
So part of some people are saying is to a more negative timeline, that you're using CERN technology to do that, and some other people were talking about the idea of opening up. The bad guys can call in reinforcements.
Okay.
Did you get that, Janine?
Yeah. So we've got the 3 of Wands, which could be like a gateway or an opening, or somebody's hoping to bring something in, like a new territory or go into new territory. I almost feel like there's an opening up of something there with that card. And then we've got the bad guy card. So we've got the black hats, I guess we'll call them on this show. But then I've got this to clarify: fear. So pumping up the fear, that also feels like that might be a fear machine. And I said, so what really happens? Something they're doing underground that is nothing to do with those things. So those things might be what was planned, but I don't think that's what's going to actually happen. I don't think that the real thing is being kept a secret, and it is not those things. Those are fears put out there, and or they're displaying what the bad guys had planned, but it's not actually going to happen by the looks of it.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm going to walk towards a banner. I think is very apropos. Let me see if I can get this on the screen here. Hold on a second. Hello. Hi. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you remember during the Freedom Convoy, we had a lot of signs. Canadians were being very innovative, to say the least. And today it's a little bit more subtle, if you can imagine. Janine, how much do you have? Because I had sent this 25 minutes into it. I know you are visiting with your family members. Do you want to talk about that? And Julie, while Janine explains that, can you bring life on YouTube as well?
Can you bring what? Sorry, I missed the last part.
Janine, can you say the website name again for Julie?
Oh, it's the
Oh.
Thai Life Homestead, but
Okay.
I'm home now,
Ah,
and I'm actually at Ashley's house.
Oh.
Yeah, I was outside at Ashley's, and now I'm in her front porch because the Wi-Fi is better in here.
gotcha. And Janine, how much time did you have?
Well,
You have to get going?
I gotta run. Yeah. So one more question or something like that.
Okay. Well, why don't we do this, Janine? Let me have you pull some cards for this whole weekend.
Okay.
What energy audience expect here? A lot of worried about what's happening and perhaps what's going to happen to the south of us on July 4th. So maybe if you can pull some cards here for some general energy direction for all of us.
Okay. So all of the things they're doing are to keep you in the dark about something that's going on meanwhile. So all of this, like all of these rules they're throwing out there and all of this clamping down and making it really hard to celebrate. I feel like it's all a cover up because meanwhile, the whole world has changed. There's all kinds of things happening that haven't been told to the general population. And we're going to come out of it a lot happier by the end of the weekend. Okay. And I feel like our friends to the south, so the US, I feel like there's some kind of something that brings us closer together somehow this next few days. I don't know what that is, but it says a secret's going to be revealed that actually brings, I almost feel like it brings the feeling that there isn't a border between us, if that makes any sense. And we've got the Two of Wands. So we're going into all new territory and we're energetically entering into it somehow this weekend. Although we've done that several times through this whole process, but I feel like in a big way. So whatever you're seeing on the surface could be theater. Keep that in mind.
Right. Okay. Am I still muted? Host is
Nope.
muted your mic.
You're good.
There
We
you
hear
go.
you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much, Janine, and thank you so much, everyone, for joining us in the chat. I ask you to please remember to like, share, and subscribe here, support our channel, but also to support Janine at Sending Ravens and Tarot by Janine on YouTube. If you haven't already subscribed there, please do. Amazing videos that she's putting out, and also support Julie here, who's handling the slide deck and the production video here today. You're doing an amazing job. Sure, you can also go support her for sure at Maison Jupiter on YouTube and also at maisonjupiter.com. And folks, also while you're here, last thing, say happy birthday. If you're watching this on replay, please share your comments, your love, and your energy in the comments below. Let the population know that we're not giving up, that we are indeed strong and that we are standing on guard for thee. I'm Jean-Claude at BeyondMystic. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining, and perhaps I'll see you again this weekend. Take care.
Love you guys.
Love you too. Au revoir.
Au revoir.